we all experiencing tremendous ups and downs every day. And what are those ups and downs showing us? They're usually showing that something is happening not for our liking, yeah? So if it's surprising challenges, if it's something that's coming from the unknown, if it's things that I'm trying to manifest and nothing goes through, there are so many things that causing me either to feel that there is some kind of a conspiracy against me, that people are kind of predators, try to put me down wherever I go, if it's in the street, if it's in a business meeting, if it's colleagues at work. There are many things like that that we feel, and they trigger the insecurity inside of us. Do you agree? And many of those types of thoughts constantly bombarding ourselves. And the question is, how can we transform them? What is need to be done? And why they are there to begin with? That's the biggest question. Why they are there? I mean, I have good intention to be successful. I have good intentions for the day to go well. I may have good intentions that, friendship and love and kindness. We all have this intention, but for some reason, something different comes out of us when we get triggered, and it's activating the survival mode inside of us. Do you agree? And that's not super comfy. So let's start with the workshop. And this is the workshop for the people online and the people here. So that's what I'm going to start. It worries me, stresses me out when a person, okay, and his name, what the action that happens, and it makes me feel, then you describe your emotion towards that person, then my reaction, my behavior. I behave in certain way towards that. So something happened is the trigger. It's activating an emotion that eventually caused me to behave in one way or another. Okay? So please put it down, take it seriously. It's very important for us continuing the class. Okay, what is, you can take even examples from today, what you've been through. You can take something that is a huge event in your life. It's all good. So let's go through that. Write down. Done. Okay, are we good? You ready? People at home, are you ready? Maybe even go on your phone with you have the link? Just sent you. Okay, beautiful. So this describes the ups and downs on our daily life. Yeah? Worries, stress, fear, many things get triggers throughout the day. Now, we know that everything that gets triggers, it triggers only for one reason, to expose our tikkun. That's why everything is set up in such a beautiful way to send us the right people, the right events, the news. Everything is set up just to trigger so it can expose what I'm holding within me. Yeah? Now, but it's hard sometimes to see because whatever reality what we're experiencing seems to be so real and so devastating that I think things going to end up and everything is collapsing and nothing is working. And the anxiety and the fear all around it is so overwhelming. But now we need to identify what is really those triggers that activating fear. Melissa or Richard, Oksana, what are those? Because if we start to identify those, then, and we understand that the light send those, then we have a chance really to start going towards what this class is about, which is about how to use all what's happening around me to have more certainty with my creation, more certainty with the light, more certainty that I'm on the right path, more certainty that there is no real darkness, more certainty that the chaos is illusionary, more certainty that things will be okay. We all want to hope this way, but the reality always showing us that things are going down. And some finite moment is a wait for us. And someone else is conspiring against us. That's what we feel constantly. Do you agree? Yeah. That's part of the system of the opponent. Yeah? System of the opponent, that's what it triggers. It triggers lack, doubt, and fear. That's the main things that get triggers. And that's eventually what's causing us to be stressed, what's causing the anxieties, what's causing us really to be overwhelmed. I cannot take it any longer. Yeah? What is the whole idea of people that give up? What does it mean to give up? There are many things to give up. I'm giving up a diet. I'm giving up a career. I'm giving up a relationship. I'm giving up a life. That's what we call suicide. It's when someone decides that he cannot get too longer with what he experienced anymore. I cannot handle it anymore. That's what he's convinced. And that's the moment he takes his life. And there are many stupid things that causing, generation these days to commit suicide. Even something that's been done to someone virtually on social media can cause someone to commit suicide. So the fights and all those conflicts that taking place this moment in the world, what they are really about. They're all about concepts that are inside our mind. Yeah, the excuse is land, the excuse is religion, but the bottom line is the movie that someone is convinced inside his mind that telling, oh, he's about to kill me. Oh, this is too much for me. I cannot handle it anymore. Everything is inside of us, pretty much. Yeah, is that making sense? So now we will try to unpack it in order for us really to understand why are those things happening and what we should do with them. What is the tool that we're going to learn today to handle those situations? Because they're endless, they're on a daily basis. They're in every moment of life. So even our life could be great, amazing. We are successful in the most of the percentage of our life, but there will be one thing on a daily basis that's going to trigger us. No matter how successful we are, no matter how blessed we are. That's what we found, that it's part of the system. So we need to understand what the system is trying to do to us. What is the mechanism? So there is one brain, It's the brain of the body, it's the brain of the organs, it's the brain, you know, because the body through the five senses, it has its own intelligence of experiences through the five senses. It sends the messages. But there is also the spiritual brain. The spiritual brain is the one that we want to develop more. It's the one that we kind of neglected because we don't realize that it's there. So the body is always communicating to us, be in a survival mode. Predators about to destroy you. They destroy your feelings. They want to take what is yours. They want you to give up on the blessings that you have, on the positions that you have. It's always like that. But the soul, it doesn't want to put limitations. So the moment I'm declaring on something that is bad and negative, I'm actually in that moment, I restricted all its ability to bring the blessings to me later on. You understand? So it's better for me, instead of tagging things with good and bad, hard, impossible, undoable, I cannot handle it anymore. All those tags are kind of shrinking my experience from life. Because, yeah, I have an opinion. Wow, what is better for me? What is good? What is bad? But this is also a mindset of limitation. What is good? What is bad? Because we truly do not know what is good and what is bad. But we learned about it in the last class. What it seems to be bitter in the beginning process eventually becomes sweeter, isn't it? So what's going on here? I don't know. So I better stay in the unknown instead of tagging something. Because why I'm stressed, why I'm fearful? Because I tag something as, I don't want you in my life. You are not good for me. You are trying to destroy me. There is no such a thing. Okay, so let's share. Who can share with us about the worry, stress, some event that he has in life? People from the online, you can join us too. Yeah. Who wants to share? An event, who was the person, what was the action, what emotion makes me feel towards that person, and what was my behavior. Dan? Please, Dan. Give him a mic.
And of course, the person who triggers me most, the closest person, the wife. And one of this, what? Of course, the closer person to you, the bigger trigger is. Yes. So, and it's just one example, but it happens quite often. So, what worries, what stresses me? And my wife.
Yeah, but you need to describe an action, something that she did to you.
Yes, the action is
she married you.
Telling me, just reminds me something that I did wrong a long time ago. Of course, it has a relationship to what's happening at this certain day, but she reminds, okay, so you did something, okay, maybe now you behave okay, but some time ago you did this and that.
I love it.
You did this in 1985.
Yeah. So she has a very good memory. So it makes me feel frustrated, sometimes angry.
Towards her?
Yes. And what is the next step?
Then
my behavior is so, well, the first step, I'm trying to control myself, trying to explain that past is past. Okay, so something happened a long time ago. It's good you have such a good memory, but it happened, and everything changed, and I changed too. Well, usually it doesn't help. So as a result, I really feel frustrated, stressed. My energy level drops, and I just it just makes the day worse than it was before. And very often it comes out of the blue. Everything was fine. Everything is bad.
Wow.
Okay.
Very,
That's
very
it.
real.
Classic.
A classic one.
Yeah.
Classic.
Okay.
It's a good one. So why do you think it's inflating all your energy suddenly if something she reminds you from the past?
Well, see,
What does it say about you?
First, it says that it's my tikkun. I have to deal with it. I have to find another way to react. And so far, I did not find it inside me how in the moment to recognize what's going on and change my reaction and my behavior.
Okay, good. Oksana.
Oh, mine is a very simple one. It worries me when we are always late because my husband is taking his time to, like, he knows what time we need to get out, and this is the time when he just starts to get ready. So this is what frustrates me, and I'm like,
what's the emotion you have towards him?
I'm angry.
Angry. Okay. And so how do you behave?
I'm angry.
Yeah, what's mean? Angry, you could throw a bottle on him. You can,
Yes, I'm like, all the time, let's go. We're always late because of you. And
you become
stuff like that.
violent.
No.
What does mean angry? So you say some remarks.
Yeah, so I said we're always late because of you. Like, what's up, dude? So
Okay, good.
I don't know.
Anyone from the online wants to share with us?
Yeah, David wants to share from online.
Yes.
Hi, David, go ahead.
Can you put
Hi,
it
good
there
evening, everybody.
on your phone?
He is unmuted. So.
Yeah, tell him to unmute.
Yes.
Yeah,
Can
I
you
told
hear
him.
Hello? Can you hear me all right?
Just the speaker, maybe. David, speak to us.
Hold on, David. David, hold on. David, hold
Okay.
on. Hello?
Hello? Can you hear me now?
Yes. Go ahead.
All right, good evening, everybody. This is something that happened yesterday.
Don't worry.
We went to visit our friends Tam and John in the afternoon, and during the conversation, the conversation turned to politics. They're Americans, so naturally it turned to politics. And my friend John, he took on the very opposite viewpoint from me on the Free Palestine issue.
Okay.
And it made me feel many things, upset, angry, contempt, but almost like I'm under attack. I feel it in my chest. Even now, recalling it, I can feel the tension in my chest.
Mm.
And so what is my behavior at that point? Well, in my mind, I want to teach him a lesson. I want to find the words to somehow sway him over to my side. But of course I don't, because I'm a Canadian and I'm polite. And so, so instead I avoid the topic and try and switch the topic altogether. But in my mind, even today, I feel like I don't want to see him again. That's how I reacted.
So you pretty much want to disengage from him.
Yeah, it feels like the safer place to be.
All right. Okay, that's good. Very good example. All right, beautiful, guys. So let's move on. Yes.
So in that sequence, you've got the individual, and then you've got the action that they do, how we feel about it, our emotion, and then our behavior or our action in response to that emotion. So should we be focusing on the emotion piece or the behavior piece as to overcome? Should we, because the action is going to happen probably again and again and again. And so we can identify our tikkun from how we react or our feeling or our emotion there. So that's where we need to lean in, right? Because If we could change our emotion based on that action, then we're going to have a different behavior.
So where do you think it's going to be easier to restrict first? With the action or with the emotion? Action. That's what happened with David. He felt angry inside, but he didn't do anything about it. Yeah?
So he still felt the same emotion. So it's okay for us to feel that emotion.
That's a beginning phase. The beginning of spirituality, we're not allowing the emotion to cause us to do something that is irreversible. Yeah?
So
that's the beginning. But there is another level where I'm controlling my emotions too. It means that, yeah, there is a trigger, it's awakened emotion, but I say, wait a second, no, everything's okay. Boom, I'm changing the movie.
Okay.
Understand?
So it's in how we behave.
Eventually, we would like to be in a place that we're controlling our emotional state, because eventually our emotional state, that's what brings to overwhelming emotions of anxiety and fears that accumulate, you know?
Because that's part of your nervous.
Exactly, exactly. But it needs also to come from the mechanism of understanding why it's happening. Because when you understand there is some kind of a pattern, there is some kind of a process that has to take place all the time. Someone comes, triggers me, I'm becoming emotional, and then I start shutting down, start saying this is the end of the world, or what have you. Yeah? So if I see, if I understand, if I'm internalizing that this process has to take place constantly all the time, and I'm figuring out to catch it as soon as possible. As soon as the emotion catch, no, I'm changing the energy. It's like I need to speak, I need to be aware of what's happening, instead of losing control, letting the emotion control me. That eventually the emotional will bring me to this overwhelming weight of I cannot handle it anymore. That's what we call a breakdown. Yeah? So, but remember, we've been talking about it in the past a bit. So the emotion produce chemicals that we used to. So the body demands those chemicals already. It needs me to be reactive. It needs me to create the stress hormone. It needs me to provide it with this emotional roller coaster. I need it. It's adrenaline in a way. The fear, all of those causing chemicals that the body is already addicted. So to get off of those chemicals, I have to go to some kind of a withdrawal. It's an addiction. You understand? It's an addiction, and it's so deep. It's deep to the level we bring it up from past lifetime. That's how deep it is. So now, if I'm addicted to feel that things not going to go right in my life, so I'm constantly going to find evidence why things shouldn't work. Why shouldn't I be successful? You understand? I'm looking for those validations to provide the ego and to provide the body with the chemistry that it's on, that it needs to produce. Is that making sense? And that's the reason why change is so complex and difficult. So now, try to journal in what areas or situation in your life you are repetitively anxious or worried. Heavy worries, being anxious. I don't feel comfortable, you know, I lost my breath, I cannot handle it. It's like too much. Those moments in life, where is it? There is like those kind of casual moments, daily moments in life that causing me to be there. And also there are the big events. Big events, it means disasters, loss, sickness. Those are the big tests of life, yeah? It's like the cosmos is testing me. How strong am I? How much do I really trust that the light is present, yeah? It's part of the testing mechanism that the Creator put upon us. Yeah? I'm trying to get a job for a long time, interviews one after the other, months passes. Am I losing faith? Am I kind of, my energy got lost, I lose my motivation, what's going on there? Yeah? Or it's just causing me really to desire greater and I'm trying more because I know that the treasure is out there. Yeah? So what is making you anxious and worried? Share with me. Yes.
So those areas are in my finances, in my work or profession, in my parenting, in my health, in my intimate relationships, and in my spiritual journey.
So you pretty much touched about every subject of life.
Yeah.
Can you
More
try
specific?
to identify like a specific event that making it?
So I could hone in on work because it seems to be
Sure.
a theme for the last couple of years.
Yes, work, career.
Yeah. So I would say that's much more specific and pronounced. The other ones are just kind of moderate. That
Okay.
one's the big one.
Sure. So yeah, but what's happening? Tell us.
What's happened?
Like what's the main cause around that causing you to be anxious or worried? What is it like?
What's how do I'm on leave. My role was eliminated. I'm working towards being ready to go back. And I don't know if I've got anything to go back to.
So what's the story here inside of you? What's fear of losing a job?
Well, it's that unknown, right? Because I don't know if there is anything. And if I'll be successful, in the interview process,
Okay, beautiful.
Yeah.
So how does it causing you to behave because of that? These worries, what's the consequences of this being anxious and worried? Where does it get you?
Well, it's taking my energy away from healing and feeling confident about the future.
So reducing confidence. Beautiful.
Yes.
I mean, beautiful example. Yes.
Me? Oh, Sam, I think the area, it's about also work and finances mostly. And the situation that I'm anxious about the most, it's not keeping up with others. Like, for example, my kind of job, right? I'm paid for work that I do.
It sells, you can say.
In sales, exactly. So I see, for example, other teams do better, and what's wrong with me? Why I cannot do it? And this is pulling me back, and this is what I'm anxious about.
Okay. And what causing you? Does it cause you to do?
Find solutions somehow.
So that's a good thing. But what's the downside of this stress? There is any downside to this,
the stress? The stress itself, it's not a kind of nice.
No, I mean it's because the stress is already a result of you seeing others more successful than you, and asking yourself,
what I do wrong.
What do I do wrong?
What can I change to kind of also provide good results?
So what is your negative response to it usually?
It's just an anxiety, I would say.
Anxiety leads to something?
How do you feel about yourself afterwards?
Or even take actions, because anxiety can lead to some kind of action taking.
I don't take any bad actions. Let's say I'm just trying to find like ways.
But it could be even overthinking.
Yes.
It could be too much in your mind. Yeah.
That's right. Yes.
That's also something. Okay, that's good. Okay. Someone from the online wants to share with us?
Yeah, it's Marilyn here. I think what's causing me a lot
Anyone?
of yeah,
Marilyn, please.
yes, I am speaking. I'm at a point in my life where I'm thinking of retiring.
Yeah, wait a second.
Okay. Oh, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I'm at a point in my life where I'm thinking of retiring. There are two things that make me anxious about this. The first is I've been working since I'm 18 years old. Also, I worry about money when I retire, which is very realistic worry, I think. So I'm having trouble making up my mind. There are things that I do want to do with my life after retirement, but it means a huge, huge shift in who I am or how I think about myself because I've always worked.
Okay, beautiful, beautiful. I mean, it's a good example. It's very real. So those worries, what does it cause you?
Well, sleepless nights, for one thing. I know that deep inside, really, I'm ready to let go of my job. But then there's the fight within me. You know, it's that argument that goes inside me that says, well, you won't have as much money, so you won't be able to do this. On the other hand, maybe you'll be able to do these other things that you haven't had time in your life to do. So I have this argument going on inside me, and the worry and anxiety cause some sleepless nights, essentially, which basically accomplishes nothing because there's no decision.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for sharing.
Okay.
So you see, there are so many things that we're going through that making us so worried and anxious to the level, and each and every one of us respond to those things in different ways. Some of us, it's creating, it's causing us to be paralyzed. It means Marilyn cannot take the decision. So she knows she has to go to another phase, but because of the worries of the unknowns and the security around that the financial way to deal with it, it's scary for her. Yeah. Therefore, she's on the fence. So many of the times we don't decide. Yeah. We kind of sitting on the fence and we don't take a decision because of that. We're not really making the changes that we are supposed to do because of being anxious, because of the fear of the unknown, the fear of what new will happen. So the Rav Berg shared with us something very interesting. And that will help us to bring the solution today. Most of us think, I believe it when I see it, meaning that I will calm down, I will be stress-free when everything going to be okay. Isn't it? When everything is going to be okay, I will be stress-free. But we know that there is no such a thing that all our wishes will come true. So what we said, even for the most blessed people, most successful people in most of the area of our life, there's always something that's kind of depleting our energy, that causing us really to be stressed. It means that it's something that is really existing in my mind. It's not really external thing that if this would happen, then I will be relieved. And we find it out surely after we've been able to accomplish things in life. And you come to a place, you accomplish it, you made a successful project, you got married, and you see that it doesn't really necessarily suddenly resolve all the issues of life. There is new issues that coming up. So it's not really about that. I cannot really rely that only when I see the results, then I will be able to be stress-free. This is not a way for us really to navigate through life, because we're going to always end up in stress, always end up in stress. So what the Rav says, but no, you will see it when you believe it. So now there are so many cultures, so many neurosciences, so many people that speak this way. The Rav said those words like 50, 60 years ago, that the idea of feeling that the result is already there, most likely gonna lead me towards that right path, in versus to be stressful of all the worries of things that not working and maybe can broke in the middle of the way. Those worries, risk management as we call them, those actually going to reduce my path towards success, to getting what I want. Because what the opponent is trying to put upon us, we said he's trying to insert fear, doubt, and lack constantly. That's his job. Because in that moment, he's turning me and you from being the cause to be the effect. Because someone that is the cause is never going to feel lack. Someone that is the cause will never connect to doubt. Someone that is the cause, not going to put attention to fear. So it says that the moment you throw a stone on a glass, they saw that before the stone touching the glass starting to break. Why? Why is that?
Before it's touching?
Yeah, a little before. It means it's surrendering to the stone even before it's made contact. You have to research this on Google. It's crazy. And that's what we call certainty. That's what the Kabbalists call certainty. So in reality, I become certain not because of something that happened that led me towards being confident that everything is okay. It's a matter of I'm certain as a tool, knowing that in terms of the laws of creation, the creation and the light force is constantly motivated to give me even much more than I want for myself. If I am trusting that and accepting that and certain in that, most likely I'm going to shorten most processes. Processes are needed. We talked about it. Yeah, it's essential. It's part of the test of certainty. So certainty is opposite than doubt. Certainty is the light, doubt is the opponent. So I'm using the tool of certainty, injecting the certainty, saying, all what I need is within me. Now, already, the solutions, the power, whatever challenge I was giving is actually something that I can handle, and the end result of it going to be just growth and more blessings. This is the mantras that we should constantly repeat, this affirmation that all what I need exists within me now. Everything that I need. It means that there is no lack. There is no lack. It means that whatever I'm imagining in my head of the survival mode that's showing me that things are going bad, that things are not really working, that there is no way out, and everything is falling apart, and the five senses and the logic mind prove to me and give me all the affirmation why it's true, I shouldn't believe in it. And that's the tool of certainty. It's one of the most important Kabbalistic tools that you ever going to use. It's like when things are going down, I'm just injecting certainty. Yeah? So within the 72 names of God, there is this combination, and take a picture of it, and we're going to send this in the groups later on, the PowerPoint, the PDF. So this combination is something that I want to carry with me all the time, especially when the doubt and the fear and the lack is get triggered. I know that everything going to be just turning all right. In the worst moment of life, it's crazy. Someone got sick, loss, emergency, whatever. Instead of falling into the movie of what would happen and what is really happening, I'm injecting that, and it's miraculous. And then when I see that this is how the system works, it means that the system is supposed to test me out to see how much certainty I do have with the cosmic laws. Because the cosmic law says there is no disappearance in the light. It's only about the vessel. The vessel feels the lack, is lacking. The vessel is connecting to the light, is connected. Yeah? If within the emotion, so I feel down because something happened, I'm saying, wait a second. Let me close my eyes for a second. I'm connecting to the endless. I'm feeling myself wrap with the light force of the Creator. I'm looking at those letters, meditating that I'm certain. Yeah? Absolute certainty in the light force. I know things will be exactly as they're supposed to be. For my own good, whatever happens, the loss of a company, the loss of a relationship, even a disease. I just want to know why it's there, so I will make the right changes. I'm not fighting the outside to be changed. I'm fighting the inside to be changed. Because that's why the challenge is there anyways. It's not to change the illusionary reality, it's to change the inside. This is the name of the game, my friends. This is like such an important lesson. So everything that we learned so far, all the tools, all the spiritual tools, how much do I have certainty within them? That's where push come to shove is, and no worries, we're always going to be tested about it. We're always going to be presented with a stronger level of doubt so we can increase stronger level of certainty. Is that making sense? It's not like, oh, I got it, I'm certain, and I overcome this, and tomorrow it can happen again. Are you 10 years in spirituality? It's going to happen. 20, 30 years? That's the way it's designed. That's the way it's designed. That I'm always get tested to how much do I trust the light. So of course, someone that does it long-term basis, he sees. So it's like looking in his life, say, oh, my life is great. I'm blessed. I'm this, I'm this, I'm that. Everything is taken care of for me. I have a good family. He sees that. But you cannot really see it when the trigger and the overwhelming anxious and anxiety feelings are kicking in. I cannot see it. I cannot see, everything's okay. Unless I'm training myself to. Wait a second. My life is blessed. Why should I worry about that? Those things that seem so terrible then, they ended up good. So why should I worry about this? This is also a game of certainty. I have some facts of but in the beginning moments when we are not yet training that, this is how we need to train ourselves. And if we are training ourselves strong enough, long term, we see how everything is being taken care of. Therefore, our actions need to be different. It means that all your examples of today will be needed to be handled differently. You understand? you will see that you have more freedom because you don't have this hormone of stress, of the heaviness, of the pain and the fear. You are more free to be yourself. And when you are yourself, and we are the light, it's much easier to produce. But when you are paralyzed with the fear and being anxious, of course, nothing good can come out of you. So it's like constantly getting out into the mode and stepping out and shortening the overlaps. Because some people get stressed for a week, you know, as has been shared, not going out of bed, you know, and because of that, people take even serious actions. People go on drugs. People reflect in addictions. So they try to compensate on having stress with different ways. So some people just take off and say, I care enough. I don't want to think about it. I don't want to deal with it. So they just go and relax, kind of taking off life. Some people, they overeat because of that. Some people go on alcohol, drugs. We have different responses to depress ourselves, yeah? To reduce the pressure, we will find different ways to do that. But those are definitely not going to lead us to anywhere good. Even giving up on so I'm giving up on being motivated because of that. It's lack of certainty. Because if someone is certain, it's never going to stop. Yeah? So if I don't have a job, I'm never going to stop looking because I know it's like a treasure hunt. It's waiting for me somewhere. I just need to inject the certainty and I need to inject my effort. Yeah? So if someone got sick, he knows that he's going to be better, but he knows that he has to do something about it. He cannot surrender to his mode of being sick. So there are so many ways, finding the right doctors, finding the alternative ways, but with the certainty that the cure is coming. How it's coming, I don't know, and I don't care. Why should we care how it's coming? But we try to control. I want the solution to come through this job, through this relationship, to this feeling that I'm going to have, to this experience, to going this way, living in this place. No. Not necessarily. I'm limiting. I'm shrinking. So I want to open myself to the unknown and saying, bring it on. I don't know how it's going to come. I know you're going to come. And I don't care because the unknown has much more possibilities than the way I think things should manifest. This is true certainty. Okay, so this combination is something that you can scan and demand certainty for the day, or even when something gets triggered in your life that causing you to be doubtful, skeptical. So spiritual rule number 9, in time of darkness, there is a greater light. So as bigger as the challenge, as bigger the reward. Meaning, as more terrible it seems to be right now in my life, it means the translation is actually there is more light awaiting in the end of the tunnel. So it should excite me. When I have no idea what will happen and I have zero solution and I'm completely in the unknown, that's the best place to be. Because then I don't try. I have no longer any rabbits to pull out of the sleeves, you know? The magicians that pull out of the sleeves. They, oh, no more tricks. The end up of tricks, I need to rely constantly on the unknown. Only the unknown, the possibilities. I'm trusting the light, not not myself. So spiritual tool number 9, I'm certain in this very moment I am with the light and the light is within me. Any questions? Yeah. One second.
Is it parallel to phrase that is in, I don't remember the source in
The scripts.
Meaning first we do and then we listen, or we,
It's related.
is it close to meaning?
Yes, it's related actually. It's related. It's related to the holiday, the upcoming holiday of Shavuot, that they were promised to have this revelation. In the moment they committed to, first we will be there, we show up, and then we will actually, yeah. So it's related, very beautiful. Any question from our friend here? So the bottom line, certainty is not something that we look as a result, as a consequences of things that end up the way I want it to be. Certainty is a tool that I'm injecting, especially in times of darkness. In times of darkness, that's when I'm switching and say, go away, darkness, light. I know that light is coming. Yeah.
Actually, it's slightly different with what you just said. But what I was thinking is we have to work with our consciousness, with our mind, to convince ourselves, kind of not to react, or basically.
Exactly.
Especially for it is easy. At least it's easy to do with every time you triggered. You can at least afterwards explain yourself that you should have been reacted different way, and this work actually will eventually bring to certainty.
Exactly, because why do we react? We have the belief that things going to end up in a place of lack, fear, and doubt. That's what's causing us to react. Is that making sense? But if I'm injecting certainty the moment I feel that, before I react, what's going to end up? That I'm going to not react the way I'm usually reacting.
Any practical advice how actually to inject certainty? Okay, you gave us this one of 72 names, but in the place, in here and now, something is happening. Is there any other way of not to react? Because we are kind of it is when we were well trained, it will come
more naturally,
eventually naturally, right?
Yes.
But we're not there yet.
Yeah.
So how to any additional tools or hints or something else? How we
just the
stop the
daily
feeling.
reminders and visualizations that I'm doing daily. So if I'm starting to use it in a mantra, let's say spiritual tool, you learn it as a mantra that you're saying to yourself a few times a day. I'm certain in this very moment, I am with the light is with me. Just telling yourself this mantra constantly. I am with the light The light is with me. I know everything's going to be okay. It's a brainwash. You have to
And
wash
it's not
your
only
brain.
number 9. It's all of spiritual tools, actually mantras, right? Yeah.
Observe all I need within me. Here.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, everything from the lesson 1
Exactly.
connected.
It's true.
Pause. Pause. Pause.
Pause. What an opportunity. But now I came to understanding that it's within me to inject the certainty in the darkness. And then suddenly things start to dissipate and the clarity comes and the blessings start to appear. It depends on me. So yeah, things will appear that it's falling apart. I'm going to be tested for sure. That's a tool for me. No, I'm certain. I know the light is always there. I know it's just an illusion. I know it's just a test. I know it's just for me to change. It's not related to the other person. It's not related to the event. I know it's a special test just for me. Yes, sorry guys, I just put it for you. It's on their screen, yeah. Spiritual Nur number 9, at times of darkness, there is a greater light. Spiritual tool, I'm certain in this very moment, I am with the light and the light is within me.
With or within?
Hmm?
With or within? Because you keep saying within me, it is written with me. So which one?
The same.
Not exactly. There is a difference.
When you relate yourself to time and space, yes. But when you break down all those particles, you see that the light is everything. Understand? But the bottom line, what is the soul? The soul is that the light within me, and it's connecting to the endless. So this is the thing that has the solution. This is the thing that is connected to the word of answer, the soul. And that's what I want. Is it the soul is within me? Yes, of course. So the light force of the Creator is within me. And it's everywhere. It's all around me too. The problems when we start separating, oh, I have to bring it from somewhere. No, it's there. I just need to connect to it. Sixth sense is there. I just need to activate it. Yeah? It's there. It's always been there. I've been using it too, but not to the extent that is necessary. Okay, any more questions?
Can I ask a question? Can I ask a question? Do you hear me?
So this Thursday, we're going to enter to the new moon of Gemini. So I don't know if you know Geminis, but usually they're falling to a lot of doubts in their lives. They're skeptical. They have many personalities, so they don't know which to choose. And it's very confusing at times. Yes.
Vahe is having a question.
Yeah,
Yes,
can I ask
sure.
you, can I ask a question? Can you hear me?
Yes. Please unmute yourself.
I have a mute, yes. You cannot hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Yeah. Okay. Hello, everyone. See, one thing I do fully accept what what all this, you yourself, Kabbalah, all the spiritual teachings are. But unfortunately, in my experience, my surrounding affects me a lot. No matter how positive I am, no matter how patient I am, no matter how somehow understanding I'm becoming, but sometimes it comes to a point that I am pushed in a corner, and unfortunately, I explode. I mean, is this? Can I know I should not be in their theater. I should not be a part of their story, but somehow I am being pulled, no matter how strong I'm keeping myself. Tell me, what is it? I know I believe in the light. I meditate in the morning. It's not that I'm wasting my time. It doesn't happen every day. Maybe it happens once every 6 months. But when I'm exploded, please, David, help me or give me your ideas. I hope people, they don't mind. You don't mind. I hope my feelings.
No, it's beautiful what you say.
My surrounding.
What you're saying is very sincere and true, because yeah, we all have the attempts to see the goods and to inject the positivity and positive thinking, but it's not always happens. But it's okay too. We can fall, and we can, every fall that happens in the morning can be corrected by night. So it's not a problem as long as I'm continue to process it. It doesn't mean that I'm going to stop falling or I'm going to start being tested. Yes, it's part of the system. It means that I still haven't manifested the complete change. So yes, people triggers are emotional all the time, but you would see that you are not exactly as reactive that you used to be 10 years ago. You will see that. And if you're going to continue on that path of Kabbalah, using the tools, using the meditation, using the mantras, you will see that it's going to dim more and more and more and more. It will. Now you are touching on wisdom that not just touch your intellectual. It's not just stimulating, and of course you agree with all the principles because they're making sense. But you need to remember it's touching also the level of your soul, because it's coming from such an ancient and sacred place. The teaching is going to touch in places that haven't been touched before. So stick to it, adapt it, exercise it. You're going to fall, don't worry. You're going to react, you're going to continue to react, but you will see that with few attempts, things will start to shift, and suddenly the level of stress will reduce. You will see, it's a fact, I'm telling you, I've been seeing it on all people that have been taking the courses. Is that making sense? Is it okay? Okay, beautiful.
Thank you, David.
So yeah, so Shavuot is coming, the new moon of Gemini is coming. Very, very powerful events. We're going to have a new moon connection to inject the seed for the entire month of Gemini that is coming ahead. This is the month when we can become the most certain. That's the time that there is a renewal of wisdom inside of us. It's related to the revelation. So we're going to have Shavuot here also. It's an all-night study. So all of you are very much invited to take place either online or either with us here in person. You are very welcome to do that. Yes, and just inject certainty every time doubt, fear started to creep and to spread out like a cancer inside of us, because that's what it does. So you stop it before it's too late. It's an exercise. Remember, if you be able to remember to stop, you kind of stopping the pandemic, the contamination of what the opponent causing inside of us by falling into fear, falling into doubt, falling into lack. All right? Beautiful. So great to see you all, and we're looking forward to see you in the 10th class all together.